It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Expresso family. All in the name of 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. We've been having very important conversations this morning, and one that I am super excited for us to get into is one that puts the power into the hands of the woman. I am talking about INpowered, that is led by Mark Grobela, and this morning we're hearing all about how it is we can truly defend ourselves, but also why it's so important to be able to do so. On top of that, my friend, just in case you did not know, here are some shocking statistics about gender-based violence in South Africa. 33% of women over 18 find themselves being victims to it, making that over 7 million individuals that are experiencing it in their lifetime. Alarmingly, 77% of men reported showcased controlling behavior, showing how deep-rooted the issue actually is. And this is why we're here to have this conversation. And we want to, my friend, in response to all of this, just showcase how it is that women can defend themselves. But this is why Mark and his team decided that they wanted to do what they're doing with INpowered and allow women to be empowered. So let's have it. Mark, how are you?
How's it, Danetta? Nice to be here.
It's so good to have you with us. And thank you, Mark. Thank you for wanting to do something about this crazy, terrible statistic that we find in South Africa. And can I actually ask you, in terms of the response to gender-based violence, what do you think is missing?
I think action is missing. And what I mean by that is, every year around 16 days of activism, and rightfully so, we talk about it for 16 days.
Yeah.
And on the 17th day, I had a comment I used to use, or I still do use, what now? It's now day 17, we move on to something else. Now, while activism is important, we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
We need to do something about it. So, there's so many people, let's just say, fluffing this up, making it into an event that people do at companies, and we get together and we talk. But then what has been done after that? Something, activism without action is just talk.
Yes.
And I think the time for talk is long gone.
Yeah.
We need to actually do something.
100%. And especially just thinking about the fact that, this is not just something that physically affects people. It also is a mental challenge, something that really just weighs down on women emotionally. So talk to me about what INpowered exactly is doing with your programs, particularly in that realm.
So I think, so over 11,000 women have been through our program over the last couple of years. And a common question I ask everybody at the beginning of the program is, do you think you can immobilize me?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing karate my whole life. We're going to get to it in a minute. I show them a piece of wood and I say, do you think you can punch through the board?
Yeah.
And I think most women's perception around self-defense is that they can't.
Sure.
And the reality behind that is typical self-defense, as most people understand it, is the realm for people that want to train every day. And if I were to say to you, Zanelli, do you want to rock up somewhere 3 times a week, get dressed in a funny outfit and get punched on the nose? Because that's what people associate self-defense with.
Yes.
Our approach is completely different. It's a 2-hour program, and it gives you the ability to make a choice.
Sure. When
you find yourself in a threatening situation, and you walk away with the belief
that you're able to do
that you can do something, as opposed to a controlled environment where when you leave, you think you can do something.
And can I actually say, when you showed me that we were going to be doing this, which can I ask you, Mark, can we get to it, please?
Yeah.
I said I was scared. That was the first thing. I said, I don't know if I'll be able to. So can we jump on into this and see, just how it is I can actually do it? I'm nervous.
So here's a piece of wood.
Okay.
It's not, as a lot of people say, it's not manufactured. It's not... And the reality, the reason why we use the board is, Zanelli, right now you think it's impossible, correct? Because you've never done it.
Yes.
And the technique, and we're not going to get into too much detail on the technique, but in the program we really run into the detail around how the technique works.
Yes.
But once you've done this, do you think you'll forget that you did it?
No.
No. Will you forget how you did it?
No.
Will you forget why you did it?
No.
So in other words, you then have something that you didn't have before.
Yes.
So before we get onto the board, I just want to run through. So what I want you to do is stand with your feet square first.
Okay.
Square to me.
Like that. Okay, like that.
Mind you, you're actually in the right position. We're going to step back with your right hip.
Okay.
I want you to put your hand on your side like that. And I want you to cover it with the other hand. Cover it with this hand.
Okay.
So stand like, and try not look like a killer, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you want to be as natural as possible. Now, my question to you is, could you get close to a man in that position?
No.
Why not? I'm not asking, do you want to?
Oh, could
I'm
I?
saying, if you found yourself in a situation,
Yes.
could you get close to a man like that? Because,
100%.
because that is a non-threatening pose.
Correct.
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 Now, all I want you to do from there is I want you to pull your left shoulder back.
Okay.
And I want you to punch with your right hand and hold it there for me.
Okay.
Beautiful. And again.
Okay.
So the key, how do you make your punch more powerful? Is you punch faster.
Punch faster.
So let's see that one more time.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now, because I see you've got beautiful nails
I do.
and your hands are soft, we have these little pads that we use. So I want you to slip that pad onto your hand.
Okay.
Make sure it covers your knuckles, thumb out the way, hand on the side. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold the board up like this. Let me just move this chair back again. And I'm going to say, so we call that the zero position. So
Okay.
you don't want to look like, so you want to relax. When I say hero, no, so you already just drop your
Over
there.
here.
Yeah, just nice and relaxed. When I
Okay.
say hero,
Yes.
I want you to go right through. And one of the key philosophies or one of the key concepts we speak about is you need to go through the board.
Okay.
If
so
you,
I'm
if
going
you
through
don't
the
go
board.
through, it can't break.
Okay, I hope this breaks on the first try because we don't have a lot of time.
Okay,
Let's
so
go.
I'm going to hold it here for you. When I say hero, you're going to go right through. And so,
Okay.
ready for me? Zero. Hero. Yes.
Oh my goodness! That is so empowering.
How did that feel?
Amazing.
Well done. And again,
Oh my goodness.
it's
I'm like shaking a lot.
no, it's a very special
It is.
process. Now,
It
as I
is.
said to you earlier, you now have something nobody can take away from you.
And thank you for that, Mark. Thank you so much.
It's a piece of information that is in your head. Not I think I can. I know I can.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mark. And thank you for all of the great work that you're doing.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Oh, Expresso family, it is incredible what INpower is doing with Mark, and the family are genuinely all about saying action needs to be done, and INpower is about that action. Right now, guys, did you see me breaking that board? Oh my goodness.